Hi guys, finally we have done the last week trading, and in this video I'm going to discuss what is the best trade setup for this week and what is the most important economic data that you have to keep an eye for in this week. So before we go to chart, as usual, I'm Alex, your technical analyst from FundYourFX, and let's go straight to the chart. As usual, our first thing to do in this week is to look at economic calendar. The first one on Wednesday, August 20, 2025, we have RBNZ interest rate decision or New Zealand interest rate decision. Number 2, we have CPI from UK, another CPI year on year from the Eurozone. And the last one is from US side, we have crude oil inventories. The crude oil inventories is not quite relevant because we are not going to use this as our economic data to keep an eye for in this week. It's not quite relevant. So for Thursday, we have FOMC meeting minutes. This is very important because we are going to see what will happen next on September. Will the Fed or Powell literally cut interest rate or not? We are going to get some idea in the FOMC meeting minutes. Another one from US, we have initial jobless claim, and last one is on Friday we have German GDP quarter on quarter. That's it for this week. Nothing much rather than last week. Last week we have plenty of economic data, but in this week we have very volatile, but it's not that quite packed in the economic data. Next, let's move to the DXY. Let's discuss DXY as usual, because DXY, always we have to talk about DXY in the weekly meeting, because often the time we are going to trade on the direct or cross pair that really confluence with US dollar or DXY. So DXY here, I'm seeing that it have potential that the market will likely still move in the bullish momentum. Why? Because here on the daily chart, the price failed to break support level, and then the price seems like rejecting on the fair value gap zone right around here, this one. And the target for the upside momentum for the DXY is on the pattern target or the previous resistance, which came at around 101.977. That is the plan for DXY. So in this week we are going to see that DXY will likely to continue its bullish momentum. The next one is, let's check out the euro dollar. On the euro dollar, the price already validated its ABC corrective elite wave corrective movement, and right now the price will likely to climb to the previous resistance, which is at around 1.18303, and their final target is at around golden ratio Fibonacci ratio, which is at around 1.21098. That is the final price target for the euro dollar to climb to its target on the daily chart. So if you are late, you are not entering on the C point right here, the last corrective movement for the elliott wave movement. If you want to trade on the the euro dollar right now, you have to wait for the weakness. You have to buy on weakness, not right now. Because right now it seems like the price rejecting on the fair value gap right around here. This is the fair value gap. Let me zoom it for you. This one is the fair value gap. Then the price seems like rejecting at around this zone. You have to be careful if you want to trade the euro dollar, okay? But the high likely that the price will continue climbing higher is pretty high on the euro dollar. But make sure if you want to enter on the euro dollar, you have to wait for the confirmation that say the bullish might be continuing to the upside momentum. Next one is, let's talk about the pound dollar. The pound dollar, I seen that this is our last week strategy right here. We want to wait for the price to enter the supply zone plus at the resistance zone and come at around 1.35783 until 1.35034, and right now the price seems like has entered the market, they entered the zone right now, and the price seems make a rejection at around the supply zone. But because the price right now already make the running double top, this is the running double top, there is a 50-50% chance that the price will fail to continue its bearish momentum and start to create a bullish momentum. But if you are more a bearish setup right here, you can enter only if on your entry time frame or in the lower time frame the bear structure has been inside. But let me check on the 1 hour chart, and right now there is no sign that there is a bearish structure on the lower time frame, which is on the daily the hourly chart. If you want to enter short position, you have to wait for at least in the minor time frame, you have to wait for the trend to align like in the daily chart. That's our main plan for this week on the pound dollar. The next one, the last one, let's go check out the WTI or US oil. Okay, let's check out the US oil. US oil have very interesting point right here. The price have already made two types of behavior change. The first one is right here, and then the second one is right here. So there is two behavior change happen on the US oil or the WTI. Okay, and right now the price rejecting the demand zone. This one is very strong demand zone because after the price make rally base rally here, after the price rally to the upside momentum after this base formation right here, the price move in a very volatile bullish structure. Okay, in the very big volume in the upside momentum. So this was very strong demand zone, and right now the price appreciate the demand zone and it show rejection at around here. Same case like in the pound dollar or in the euro dollar, you have to wait for confirmation on the lower time frame if you want to enter on the US oil. Okay, let's go down to 1 hour chart and let's see if there is some of key or there is some of signal that maybe on the 1 hour chart the price will likely to start climbing to the upside momentum. Right now the price still on the very bearish momentum right here. We want to wait that the price make a rejection on this zone right here. This is a base formation, and the price make change of character or the behavior change like this. Okay, like that, like this. Okay, rejection. Remember, rejection on the demand zone, and then the price surge to the upside momentum, breaking its previous high right here. The previous low, the lower peak right here, and then it create the higher peak right here. It's the behavior change, or it was the change of character, and then the rejection, another rejection, maybe on the demand zone around here. It's your entry time frame. You have to wait for the false rejection so that you are not entering based on the false signal. Okay, so let's move down. Okay, we have done already on the chart. We have talked about what is the best potential pair to trade in this week, and let's go to the small talk about the economic condition. First one, PPI have been released last week, and in this week we are going to see that there's an FOMC meeting minutes that is going to discuss whether the Fed will likely to lower rate on September or in the next month. For me, I don't think so. Why? Because the PPI came much more hotter the consensus is 0.2% and the PPI come on the 0.9%. It was 0.6% increase than the consensus. That's quite high for PPI, and PPI is the Fed leading indicator for inflation. But for the job data, we haven't seen the job data. We have to wait for the next week. I mean the next month. On September, we will have non-farm payroll and unemployment rate, and that data it's going to drive the Fed. Well, if the data is stronger, okay, the real actual data is stronger, well then the Fed is not going to cut interest rate. So that our trade here on the DXY will enter another very bullish structure on the daily chart. It was lined like in the technical analysis, okay? So for we have deal, actually we have a very amazing deal in the FundYourFX. We have $10 only on all evaluation plan starting this week. So you can enter, so basically you can start trading with us with only $10 from 5,000 account until 100,000 account, just for $10, and then after you get evaluated, after you have finished your evaluation, you have only to pay the rest. That's so simple, guys. So well, that's it for our weekly market outlook. That's for our weekly forex forecast. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to subscribe, like and comment in this video, and don't forget to follow our Twitter or X, our Instagram and our TikTok, so you can get notified if I made this kind of video. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next week. Bye bye.